Hey guys, Isaac here. Already 3 episodes in, and I'm having to make a disclaimer. Listen, we made some comments and we talked about the Simone Biles situation before it had even been broadcasted on prime time because you know how the times are different between Tokyo and the US. And so we do want to say that mental health is very very important, and we both believe in that. We were just making some comments on the information that was given to us, but we just wanted to make sure that you guys know that we do care about mental health, and that does change our opinion a little bit about what happened the other night in Tokyo. But with that said, please enjoy the Burney Denniston household. You're listening to an MDS podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat in this episode because we talk about the Olympics. We talk about all the different sports that happen in the Olympics, and we try to convince my twin, Ben, to actually watch the Olympics. We also talk about Gabby Douglas and Simone Biles, and are people really the GOAT, the true Olympian? We'll see all that here in the Burney Denniston household. Come on in, the door's open. I know we just did an episode about working out, but
No,
I've gone on.
no.
I've not gone on a diet, but I'm using my app that I've used from time to time whenever I'm like, ooh, I need to get a little healthier, maybe lose a few lbs.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It's just
Lose
you.
it.
I thought, not that app, but I thought you
Mm-hmm.
were saying, twin, I'm gonna call you at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. I thought all automatically you assigned me up to this app in your diet slash workout. I'm like, no, 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 no. I signed no waiver. I did not give consent here. No means no. Working out.
No, but I see. I also made the mistake of I started logging on the app again, like logging all the calories, and then I bought some saltwater taffy yesterday. So I like separate. It's so sad. I separated every saltwater taffy into serving sizes, and the serving size is just it's four. You can only eat four of them, and that's like 250 calories. It's so sad.
I gotta be honest here, twin. I never seen or ever had a saltwater taffy.
Oh, you're missing out. It is
I
delicious.
obviously I'm not. I'm
It's
25
the
and doing pretty
chocolate of the
well.
sea. It's the chocolate of the
No,
sea.
no. I don't I don't I
It's the
don't I don't like
chocolate of the
chocolate.
sea.
I don't like chocolate.
I don't like chocolate either,
Then
but
why you say it's the chocolate of the sea? So you're saying it's terrible then?
no, I'm saying it's saltwater taffy. I don't know. Have you had butterscotch? My grandma used to make butterscotch. Have you
Twin,
had butterscotch?
I was at your Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yes.
Okay, I can't remember.
Wow. Good to know
Did you
I'm
like
that memorable.
the butterscotch?
Twin, I'm gonna be honest. Your
Oh no.
butterscotch, your butterscotch is years old. I don't remember how it
Oh,
was.
did I give you the wait? So I gave you the butterscotch out of my tin or something? Is that what I did?
No, no, no. When I meant years old, I meant the experience, not the actual
Oh,
candy.
okay.
It's been so long. I have
No,
no idea what it was
like I
or
told
how it
you,
tasted.
my grandma used to make butterscotch every year. And people in my family still make it, but it's not the same. You know how it is. But I still have a tin with the butterscotch that my grandma made, like the last year she made batches of butterscotch, and I still have a tin in my mom's fridge filled with butterscotch that I like take one out a year and eat. It's
One a year.
delicious. Maybe two. It depends if I remember the tins there or not.
Twin, I know these people cannot see you exactly, but I don't want to be that guy. But I'm
You
gonna
look
be
like
that
you.
you. I'm gonna be that YouTube comment that says he looked like he had more than one a year.
I'm just saying of that butterscotch. All right, there's other butterscotch that fills my need for food.
Other butterscotch. That's the plural of it.
Oh, so one butterscotch is a butterscotch. I feel like it'd be like a buttersky. or a
But then
butter.
a school of butterscotch is
Oh,
a
a
butterscotch.
school. Oh, so this is like a school of fish, a school of butterscotch.
Yeah, a school of butterscotch is a scat. It's a butterscotch.
I'm not gonna lie, I could eat a school of butterscotch right now.
I'm a little worried that you actually mean a school covered in butterscotch, and you don't care what's in the middle. You just going ham. You are defying what that owl said all those years ago and saying I can get to the middle of a butterscotch pop.
It was a Tootsie Pop.
I know, but I had to put the butterscotch in. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're back again. It's such a terrible segue. We are back again with the Burney Denniston household. Today, Twin, what's going on today? I heard this through the grapevine. I heard this through, the vines, the Snapchatters, the tweeters, all the
Oh,
Facebookers. I heard little birdie on my window. So said to
I'm
me,
sorry. Was that you trying to whistle there? Was
no,
that the bird? Or
yeah,
does the bird
it was a
have
birdie.
COVID?
It was a birdie you heard the other day.
Yeah, that bird got COVID somehow. I don't know.
the bird flu and COVID. Oh God, all in
Yeah,
one. Okay.
yep. That bird's gonna need a ventilator here soon.
So I heard there's a little game show thing going on in the world. I think it's
Game show.
a little battle of the countries is what they're calling it. Uh, and it's not how you think it was. This is not Civil War. This is not World War One or two or three. This is the battle of the countries. Meh, 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 meh.
I can't believe you made the Olympics sound so awful. You somehow took what is supposed to be a symbol of peace and a time where we all come together to watch the best of the best in the world. You made it sound awful. Just completely awful.
First of all, let's back up a little bit here. I'm sorry. The best of the world, twin. I could be up there.
No, you could not. And I'll
Yes, I
tell you
could.
what. I'll tell you what. The Olympic. So what you're getting to is the Olympics are on right now, and then in 2 weeks is the Special Olympics. And let me tell you, you couldn't do either. I couldn't do either.
Twin,
The,
I think you're really, doubting my skills here. First of all, actually, there was a time I was competing for the regional competition for ping pong. So I actually was doing something towards
that's such a Youngstown thing. That
for
sounds
the
something
I
that you would do.
was actually like getting prepped for like the junior Olympic like qualifiers and stuff like that. It was actually legit for ping pong. Funny story, but yeah, it was actually
Is
I
this
went.
like actual legit, or is this like, ooh, I won my school spelling bee legit?
Can it be both?
No, it cannot.
Well, I told everyone in high school that I was training for the Junior Olympics in ping pong, so we're going to stick to that story.
Oh, so now I don't believe it one bit. But yes, the Olympics are on, and it's a great time, Twin. And I know you're not a huge fan of or know anything about sports. Your
Go
interviews
Cubs!
in the past, yeah, your interviews in the past where you're like, yeah, I'm from Chicago, go Cubs. And then
Go
I know
Cubs!
you're over there going being like, is this a soccer team? Is this
Is this
like
hockey?
but here's the thing. Here's what I love about the Olympics. A lot of people are like that, or a lot of people will have their sport that they know. Like people will be a football fan or a NASCAR fan or a baseball fan or whatever. They'll have
I
their
don't think
sport that
NASCAR's a
they
sport.
know. It is a sport. But anyways, they'll have their sport that they know, and then all of a sudden the Olympics come on, and everybody becomes, they know everything about every single sport in there. It doesn't matter if it's equestrian riding on there on the screen. They'll be like, that horse is a little too slow. Look at those hind legs. I can see the veins popping out. That means it's going to lean to the left a little bit. Or look at the and you're just bored by all the sports. You're asleep by all
Huh?
the
What?
sports. Oh my
I'm sorry.
goodness.
Did we come here to sing some music? La
No.
la
All
la
right.
la 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 la.
So for normal people, this event brings everybody together because not only do they become people who know everything about the sport, they all of a sudden know everything about gymnastics and everything, but also, everybody's watching it at the same. It's a great time, and I'm just trying to convince you to watch it. You got to watch it. You got to be a part of it.
Twin, I'm like your doctor. I mean,
Oh no.
I'm trying to convince you to try a salad, try a piece of celery.
Oh
It's not taken.
oh Oh no.
No, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. I actually did when I was younger. I would watch the Olympics because I thought it was really cool. It was really interesting, and a lot of my cartoon shows were doing reruns during the summer. So I had nothing really to
Every
watch.
well, yeah, it's back then when everything was scheduled around when the cartoons came out and if they were on reruns. Those were the times.
Exactly. So the summertime, I was a free agent, and so I will watch the Olympics. Gosh, I would say probably the last time I watched the Olympics was Michael Phelps. When was that?
That would have been 4 years ago. He just stopped 4 years ago.
Well, this was when he won all those medals and in the same time when he first came
Okay,
out.
that would have been 8 years ago. That
Oh
also wasn't when he
gosh.
first came out, but that was his. That was when he was in his prime. That was
Okay, I think he
during.
won what three? Was it 3 or 8 medals or something like
Hold
that?
on, hold on. That would not be 8 years ago. That would be. Uh,
Please don't
Dude,
date
that would
me
have been
anything.
no. That would be 12 years ago because that would have been during Beijing.
Oh,
So yeah,
oh,
yeah,
yeah, Beijing.
yeah,
Beijing was the Olympics I watched.
yeah. That was when he had his big 8 medal run, and that was huge. And they said he was the greatest of all time. That's the other thing I don't understand is like every year they're like, well, we have the GOAT here, Michael Phelps. He's the greatest Olympian of all time. Well, now we have this girl named Simone Biles who was fantastic in the last
I'm
games.
sorry, some
And
girl? You mean a goddess?
anyways, they keep saying, well, she's the greatest of all time. What happened to Mr. Phelps? I thought he was the greatest Olympian of all time. I
Well,
feel like they
twin.
go
Not
overboard
to
on these
not to get
things.
into the politics here or the rumors going around. Rumor had it, but he kind of fell off the goat wagon a little bit because we heard about his his little discrepancies. And
Okay, but that happened after the London 2012 Olympics. But he came back. He came back in Rio in 2016, and he came back and won so many things. It's kind of like he kind of people didn't talk about the discrepancies and stuff anymore. He ended
well,
he
twin, that's
ended
what
on
we
a
need to
high
be
note.
talking about on this podcast. It's
Oh boy.
discrepancies because that's exactly what the man wants. Highlight, all the amazing things, but sweep underneath the rug the discrepancies. I'm trying to fight for the little man, the little ant that could.
All right. But anyway, I feel like they go overboard with, oh, well, she's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest Olympian of all time. I just wish they'd be like, yeah, he's a good swimmer. He he broke a lot of medals. I mean, a lot of records, especially by getting the 8 gold medals and stuff. And I think that made him, yes, maybe one of the best swimmers of all time in the Olympics. Does that make him the best Olympian? No. There's so many other people doing amazing things and other events. If you were to be in the Olympics, what event would you do? Would it be your table tennis, your ping pong?
Gosh, honestly, that was like the one sport I was like really, really good at. Okay, name some, for all those people who are not, Olympian, go heads. I don't know what to call them. Well, give me some sports. What can I go for?
All right. Well, for Summer Olympic sports, there's 3 and 3 basketball. There's different basketball ones. There's archery, artistic gymnastics. So there's gymnastics, swimming.
Did you
There's
say
one that's
rotisserie
literally
chicken?
no. There's literally
Oh,
one that just says athletics. I don't understand what that stands for. The whole darn thing is
I think that's
athletics.
PE. I think that's gym class.
Oh, okay. So that'd be fantastic if they had those little scooters from gym class. Man, did you have parachute day? Twin, did you do
Yes,
parachute day?
yes.
Oh, is that our Olympic sport? There's also there's mountain biking, there's weightlifting, there's water polo, which is fantastic. There's tennis,
Marco Polo.
there's taekwondo, there's rowing, there's rugby, there's sailing, there's golf, there's handball, judo, karate, marathon swimming. There's a whole lot of them. And then that's not even
Oh.
getting into the ones that have been taken away. There have been some Olympic uh, things that have been taken away.
Wait,
Like
wait,
some of
whoa,
them,
whoa, what? They foreclosed on a few sports?
there's some that that are questionable. Like the first one that comes up on the list is solo synchronized swimming?
I think that's swimming. I think that's just swimming.
I feel like you're just trying to find a new word for swimming.
That's
Because
just
it's
swim dancing right there. How are you going to synchronize with your own self?
with yourself.
I could just imagine being one of the judges saying, I gotta say, Rachel was not really in sync with herself this time.
I was
going
gonna say, how do you lose points on that?
I think you have to connect your spirit with your body, with your mind.
Oh boy!
And if that Trinity's not there.
Okay, there's also tug of war, rope climbing,
I'm sorry, this all sounds like camp games. I'm sorry.
I know. Welcome to Camp Olympics here in Tokyo. Hot air ballooning. So I want to know, what kind of GTA mission is this? Where you got up?
This better be in a race around the world. That's the only way I'm going to watch hot balloons go in the air. That's the only reason I would say. First of all, I want to see all 80 days. I would just see day 1, maybe just for the first 30 minutes, and then see day 80 when they come back, and I want to see how many balloons did not make it back. That's really what I want to count. Is just how many.
That's what people do with most things. Like whenever a spaceship takes off, like we'll watch the spaceship, go and take off into the Earth. But once they start getting into the technological things of, well, they've entered into the E atmosphere and the Z layer and all this, no. But then when they come back down, then we're all glued to the TV again. Another one is
I was going to say the same thing goes for Santa. When you watch him go across the world, you just wait till he gets to your country, and that's it.
Yeah, not even just your country, your own house. You really don't care about Santa. You don't care if the kids across the street got visited by Santa. You just care that he made it to your house. So you've also got, okay, this one sounds cool, dueling pistols. Like you've got the whole Western thing.
Is that whole Hamilton?
Wah.
That whole Hamilton, like, 10 dual commandments.
I was thinking more like you're in a Western, you got tumbleweeds going across the sand.
Wow.
Yeah. You've also got tandem bicycle.
I think about something else.
You've got swimming obstacle race, and plunge for distance. But this article says, luckily, live pigeon shooting was a one-shot and only part of the 1900 Olympics in Paris.
Yeah, Lily, it was one shot.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine being the person who has to supply all those pigeons? Oh,
I mean, how do you? There are kids watching this. Oh, is that why we went to discs now? While we
yes, you call those disc pigeons. So those are called. You literally call those the pigeons when they go up into the air.
First of all, why do you even know that?
Because I've been shooting.
You've been shooting what, twin?
I was a Boy Scout. It was one of our things. We went shooting at a safe area.
Twin. It
wasn't like we went into the church parking lot and started.
Twin, buying the Girl Scout cookies and calling it being part of the Boy Scouts.
No, that's not what I did. Also, Boy Scouts sold popcorn, and it is some of the best popcorn you'll ever eat in your life. It's amazing. I should join Boy Scouts again.
I don't think you're going to fit the uniform, buddy.
I don't. I saw my Boy Scout uniform just a couple weeks ago when I was at my mom's house. I thought about putting that thing on just to see it. No, I mean, I just looked at it and it shriveled up. It was not. It's not for me.
But twin, okay, for the sports, I gotta say, I would probably do ping pong and
table tennis.
Rowing.
It is table tennis.
Yeah, table tennis, ping pong, same thing. I would do ping tennis. We're gonna compromise and go with a ping tennis, and I would also try to go for rowing. Okay, and here's my thing though.
Rowing's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
I know, but like when I did work out, I love the rowing machine. I would just go on it for like
no one loves that.
I love the rowing machine. It's so fun.
No, it's not. It
really is.
That hurts.
But okay, you said because you talked about how Michael Phelps was the GOAT, and now Simone Biles is the GOAT, and you say these are these people are the Olympian this year. They are the overall Olympian. But to me, I mean, unless I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but in Roman times,
Ugh.
um, not to give a history story, but you know what
I'm
I
not
mean. Like
trusting this Youngstown education at all right here. So
we know our street names anyway. But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like a Roman Olympics, like they would have one person do multiple activities, multiple sports, and so you based on who was the best in all the categories. So why is it kind of done the opposite, where you have one person go for one specialty, and then we automatically call them, oh, they're the best Olympian. Well, they're really only good at one thing. Am I wrong for asking that?
uh, I mean, the first Olympic Games took place in 8th century BC.
I'm
Those
sorry.
were
Are
the
we?
original Olympic Games. Also, they happened in Olympia, Greece. So, but they those were like the original Olympics. We're in what's called the modern day Olympics. And so
Okay,
like
so
there's
for the
only
original Olympics, did they do multiple sports for all the contestants, or was it just one person, one sport?
I don't know. I really don't know. I can tell you this. In ancient Greece, athletes didn't worry about sponsorship, protection, or fashion. They did all their events completely naked.
We're gonna have to edit this out, aren't we? Yep, I already see it coming.
No, I'm just saying it is a fact that they
Welcome
did
to
it
Isaac
completely.
After Dark.
No, it's just a fact that they did they did it completely
Isaac
naked.
Triple XL.
Oh my goodness.
Olympics.
We have to put a mature warning on the on this podcast.
parental advisory. Oh, I always want that little sticker on our thingy.
Also, you're talking about how people will do two things, like more than one thing. Like people don't even do that, and people don't even do like you have the Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics. There have only been 4 athletes who have won medals in both the Winter and Summer Olympics.
Oh wow. Okay, so there are people that do more than one sport.
You're Here's the thing though. These are the best of the best. You are training like from the time you're in the womb, doing gymnastics there in the womb and stuff, jumping up and down, uh, until you get to the Olympics, and even then, you may not make it into the Olympics. So I
Right,
feel like
I
you
get
can't.
what I get what you're saying, but I don't think we can say, okay, Michael Phelps is the Olympian if he's only good in one sport. I'm sorry, that's just my
No,
opinion, though.
that's exactly what I'm saying too. I was saying, and they're saying he's the greatest Olympian of all time. Here's the other thing too, who that bothers me is, at least here in America, we only really focus on a couple sports during every Olympics. So during the summer here in America, the thing we focus on is gymnastics and swimming. Those are our two main ones, and then the
Well,
other things.
track and field.
Yes, and then but even then, track and field's the second week, and so we really don't even pay attention to that as much because that's during the second week of the Olympics. So those are 3 out of the I already named so many, and out of the all the others that happened during each Olympics. And so for them to go and say they're the greatest, but then they're not even focusing on, who may be the greatest at sports climbing or rhythmic gymnastics, which by the way is with the flags and stuff like that, or judo or karate or road cycling. I mean, I feel like you just can't trust it. You can't trust it because it's so it's so biased because those are the things that we pay attention to.
I think it's the media. I think it's the sponsorship and all of that. I think they're trying to say like, oh, this person is the Olympian, so then everyone watches, and it's supported by Pepsi and all that stuff. I think it's mainly just
Well,
to
she's supported
drive
by
up prices.
Grubhub.
Oh
She's
yeah, there we
supported by
go.
Grubhub. Well, I can say this because this technically happened today, but in Tokyo, so which means yesterday, but it's about to be in prime time, 40 minutes from now. That's why I need to get finished up here, so I can watch it. But Simone Biles She was, so this will be old news by the time this gets posted, but she is a member of the gymnastics team. And so, like, the team does all these things, and then it's a team score that gets you the gold, silver, or bronze. Apparently, she wasn't in the right headspace, that it says, according to the news. And she, like, screwed up her first event and then just decided, nope, I'm not going to be a part of the team anymore. So her whole thing of being the goat, it's about to be it's about to be clouded here. And so they actually end up getting silver. Come in an hour or two, what people will be saying on social media about her being the goat. Has it been clouded? Is she the goat anymore? It's a good question.
So I just looked it up really quickly, but they're saying one time she said that it was for emotional reasons. The Olympics was taking a huge toll on her,
Uh-huh.
and another one said it was for a medical issue.
Yeah. So the thing that I've been saying is no, it is not. It is not true when they say it's a medical issue. That it's been a mental. She, and there's a direct quote saying that she mentally needed to take a break. Apparently, they had warm ups or something in the morning, and that went fine. But then there was like 5 hours in between, and in her hotel room, I don't know if she had a freak out or what, but she just, after flopping on the first event, she's just like, I'm not in the right headspace for this. I need to bow out. And no one knows if she'll do the other events after the group event. Like, no one knows if she'll do any of the events that she herself was scheduled to do.
I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for saying this, but I don't think you can be qualified as the GOAT for pulling a stunt like that, especially when you're part of a team. Now, if it's just you being completely solo, that's on you. Do you? Um, However, even then, I feel like you still cannot be called a GOAT. I think a GOAT is even when they're terrible, even if they have a bad day, that's going to happen. Regardless of whatever you do, you're going to have a bad day, not be in the right headspace, and you're going to be off your game. But it's not the fact that you are terrible that day; it's the fact that you kept going despite that. And then,
Yeah.
especially for her dropping her team like that, I mean, that just shows that that's the opposite of the goat. That's the boat. You
Well,
know,
and I think it's a little complicated too. Number one, I will say this: they have been saying, because she did amazing things in Rio, and that's when she became known as, the greatest gymnast and all this stuff. And she did some amazing things at Rio, and she still to this day can do moves that no human has done before, like routines that and flips that no human has done before except for her. Um, but they, like, Rio, she peaked like really well. She did really well and all that stuff. Then that was 5 years ago. Then when the pandemic hit and they canceled the Olympics for last year, they said we're going to postpone them a year. She actually stopped training. She thought she was just going to be done and all that stuff. But then she decided, hey, I've got a message to tell, because there's been a whole thing about how Olympic athletes were being abused by their trainers and stuff like that, and she was one of them, and so she's kind of been the spearhead for sending a message of, hey, this isn't okay and stuff like that. And so she thought for her being a part of the Olympics, this would be good for a cultural reason and stuff, which I get. She decided to make that decision, and she was good enough to still qualify. But here's what I don't like: all the announcers and everything are saying, people think she peaked in Rio, but she's even better now than she was then. But in every single thing she's done this year, like, she's fallen off the mat, she's fallen off the balance beam, she's done this, she's done this. But her scores have been number one because she's just that good. But also, she's not what she used to be. I don't think she's not anywhere to what she used to be. So honestly, I think this is a combination of things, and the media did not help her case one bit.
I agree. I agree. So let me ask you. I mean, I don't know. This kind of reminds me of Gabby Douglas. They nicknamed her the Flying Squirrel,
Yeah.
and there was a huge thing. The past few months or the year, they asked her, was she going to do the Olympics as well? And she said physically I'm ready to do it, but mentally I'm not, because she chose not to do the Olympics this year, and it was just simply because she was tired. I mean, I listened to an interview that she did, and she said, "I am honestly tired of the 2 a days, the 5 a.m. wake up, to do the workouts and all that, the multiple practices each and every single day." She said, "I enjoyed it when I was younger, and it was a great opportunity, but now I'm honestly just tired." And I don't blame her for that one bit. I think she knew. I think she definitely knew her ability on what she can do, and she foresaw that, rather she rather go out on top rather than to try to stick it out, go for another year, even though everyone I'm sure pressures her to do it. Say, come on, you're in peak physical shape, you can do it again. Yeah, but also, why? If I already peaked, why risk it now at this point? So I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
they're like I said, they're practicing from a very young age, not in the womb, but a very young age. And Gabby, I mean, she was born in, I believe, 95, so she's our age. And as far as you are constantly working, as she said. You're constantly trying to get your body in shape to do this, all that stuff. And once you hit past 22, you you're not at the same shape as the other people who are competing. I mean, you're and that's super young, but I mean, you're you're
You're
not
going
as
against
limber
18
at
year
that
olds,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. And so for instance, 2012, she was the Simone Biles at that time. She was the all-around champion. She was, everybody, she was getting the nickname Flying Squirrel, all that stuff. 2012 in London, during those Olympics. Then I remember watching her at Rio 2016. She was still good, but then everybody started talking about Simone Biles and how amazing she was. And Gabby, you could tell, was not the same as she had been before. And it was kind of like, all right, well, this was her last time to go out and show what she can do. And she started kind of going, fading away in the dim light. And then now it's all been about Simone Biles. And so I think Simone is honestly where Gabby was in 2016, except add a year. The fact that the Olympics were postponed by a whole nother year, that's a whole nother year of
Mm.
Simone going through all these things, and a whole nother year of life, and your body is just that more worn out, so it, I think I've tried to be very realistic about it, but I think it is time that maybe it is time for Simone to not be competing. And I think this was her thing, her last year. I mean, because she already was thinking about not coming this year. So the media definitely didn't help the whole thing. And I'd be interested to see if she fully comes out and says, what she's meaning and stuff, because she does have a whole lot of pressure on her, uh, because of what everybody's been saying about her.
Mm, mm, mm.
So, but with that said, you think you could be the next Gabby Douglas or Simone Biles of table tennis?
Hey.
You start training now. The Olympics are in Paris in 2024, and then in 2028 they're in LA. So you said you
Twin,
always
I'm
want
not
to make
gonna
a trip
lie.
to LA.
I was good. Now here's the thing that it's been so long. Unfortunately, I kind of retired. I actually had my own paddle, my own balls, and my own case for everything. And gosh, Lord, I have no idea where they are. It was $100 paddle too. Oh gosh.
Wow,
Like I really
wow.
invested. I was good. I was the goat of table tennis in
Oh
Youngstown.
boy, here we
I
go.
was killing. I was the
Here we go.
goat. I was
Here we go.
knocking everybody out.
Here we go.
I'm talking about balls to the face, balls to the walls. I was doing it all, twin. I was doing it
Oh
all.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what's crazy though? I made a comment about the Special Olympics, but it is insane. And I've never watched the Special Olympics, but I just this year I watched some clips from last year's Special Olympics, and they happened 2 years, or sorry, not 2 years, 2 weeks after the regular Olympics take place. And I'm more impressed by the Special Olympics than I am the regular Olympics. So like table tennis, for example. There are people with no arms doing table tennis.
Oh.
They're holding they're holding the paddle in their mouth, and they're
Oh,
still crushing it. It is insane. There
oh,
are people with
Splinter.
no arms. There's people doing no arm, doing like the breaststroke or the backstroke in the pool with no arms or deformed arms and stuff. And oh my goodness, it is insane. It is insane what these people can do. Doing basketball in a wheelchair. It is crazy what
No, that's cheating. Cheating.
you think that I don't know. After watching this, it seems almost, I hate to say it, but it seems almost like people in the Special Olympics are working harder than people are in the regular Olympics. Like it's insane what those people can do. And it just makes me feel worse about myself. I've been blessed to have, all my limbs and to function pretty,
For now. For now.
you know, pretty normally, and yet all of those people could beat me at all of their events. I mean,
So, Twin, what's
there's no
stopping you
way.
then?
It's stopping. Oh, I told you.
Taco
I've
Tuesdays.
started. Taco Tuesday is great, but it's homemade Taco Tuesday, so I think it's a little bit healthier.
Still a taco. Uh,
It's
so
a
that's
taco
what's
bowl.
so, ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what's stopping Isaac Martin
Oh
Denniston
my
from
goodness.
appearing in the Olympics. It is Taco Tuesdays.
All right, so Twin, the big question is this. All right, I've given you kind of the history. I've given you, what sports are being played and stuff. We've
I'm
even
not
had a
gonna
whole
watch.
discussion. Oh, come on. You're not going to watch a single thing of the Olympics?
I saw what the question was coming. Yep.
So you're going to have
What?
all these opinions about Simone Biles, and you're not even going to watch the dang thing.
I might watch a few highlights.
All right. Okay.
In a couple of years.
Oh.
The things that you see, the compilation videos that you see on YouTube, like, oh, Simone Biles from 2008 to 2000 now, and so
2000 now.
and so I might watch those videos, like her best moments, but I can't honestly say. I don't know. I'm watching some shows right now. I got
You got to put those on hold.
I have Flash.
No, you got to put that on hold. It's
I got
Olympics
Bones.
time.
I got Legacy.
I'm about to eat a bowl of oranges with my wife and watch the Olympics. I'm about to go downstairs and do that.
So no GTA today?
Oh, there's some events that I really don't want to watch, so I might hit you up for some GTA. All right, Twin, get us out of this before we get canceled.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming to the Brian Denniston household. And Twin, I think it's time for us to sing gosh, I can't speak. Our closing song. Our closing song. All right.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, 5, 6,
Dun.
8, 7, 8, 2, 1. When the day is done,
Dun 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 dun
What the heck?
dun 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 dun.
Okay, no.
Sorry,
no,
Twin. I've got the Olympic spirit. I've got
Think
Olympics
so?
to watch.
And I have Bones. I have Bones, the show.
The show that came out in 2008.
Yes.
You ever watch that instead of the Olympics that are happening now?
Well, it's on Hulu. I can't just watch Hulu anytime. That's not how streaming services work. They come out at a certain time and you watch them.
Twin, end this thing. End it.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.